forward is getting good research, finding good sources. Okay? So what I've done here is given you a brainstorming tool. This thing is to help you brainstorm and get new information. Did you start? Okay, great. So, when you are doing your research and you want to find good information for your paper, you have certain search terms you're going to use. You have term means word. Okay, the word here. So keyword here. Another word you can use is term. Okay. So if we're studying anything in linguistics, I'm gonna actually put these two boxes together just for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna write linguistics in here. What is linguistics?
It's about language.
Okay, language is one word that fits with linguistics. And what are we doing with language in linguistics? Study or research. What's another word for language? Or what's another way to think about language? When you use language, what do you do? Okay, so we can talk about speech. Okay? Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking my main word, and there's a word that means something similar, there's the word that means something similar, study, research. Okay, so I'm coming up with other words that mean the same thing, and I keep filling in these boxes with another word with the same or similar meaning, and another word, and a synonym, and a paraphrase. And I fill in as much as I can. So let's say linguistics, and I want to talk about, who's doing number 10? Who's doing the thing on a famous linguist? Number 10 is the paper that you've chosen, the topic that you've chosen. Anybody? Nobody. Yes? No? Okay, alright, so nobody's doing 10. Alright, so I'm going to use that as an example. Alright? So, if you look at number 10, it says, write a profile. Okay? What's another word for profile? If you want to know the life story.
Page.
A page? A page is a little too general. Biography is good. That's the life story of somebody. Story. Life. Another word for a profile might be an overview. So I'll put all these things in here, okay? Maybe I want to talk about a linguist who studied grammar. So I put grammar in here. Okay, well, what's another way to talk about grammar?
Rules.
Rules, okay. Rules. Grammar is kind of the structure of language. Okay, so if we look at this, suddenly I don't have linguistics, profile, grammar. I have linguistics, I have language, biography, grammar, I have speech, study, story, rules. I can do searches with any number of these terms. And so if I'm not getting any good research sources from linguistics, profile, grammar, or linguist, if I change this to linguist, so let's say I put linguist here. Well, a linguist is what? It's a person, right?
Yes.
So it's a person, what do we call a person who studies something?
Student.
Okay, that would work, a student would work, but also we could say, at the same time, a teacher is also a person who has studied and got a master's degree and got a PhD. If you're studying something, you're doing what? Starts with an R.
Research.
Yeah, great. So, a researcher, that ER means the same thing as the IST. Let's say who's doing number 9 about making a lesson? Make a lesson. Okay, so a lesson makes me think of What? What are some other words that might go along with lesson or
Lecture.
lecture? Okay.
Course.
Course. Education. Okay, I'm going to give you another word that can really help you. Okay, this is a really technical word. If you're doing number 9, look this up. Pedagogy. Okay? That word will help a lot. Pedagogy means the study of teaching, or the theory of teaching. Okay? Look at all of these words we have now. So if I want to, I can pick this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and put them all together for my search. Okay? So now I don't try to just fit one set of words. I can make, and if this doesn't work, I get rid of that one, and I pick this one instead. And if this doesn't work, I go to this one. Okay? So that's what the bottom of this is talking about. You will choose different words here. So let me just erase this bit. You choose different words here to make your word list. So when you're at the library webpage, and you have that search box, or if you're on Google or wherever, in this box, instead of just putting all the words across the top, you pick this word, and 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 now you have a different search. And maybe you'll get different results. Anybody not understand what I'm doing here? Is anybody confused? Yeah. Mentor, do you remember when we went to the library last term, and the librarian showed us a box like this and told you what to do? Do you remember that? Okay, same thing. The idea is, if you only search with one set of words, you pick your topic, and you have all these keywords that you think are important, you're not going to get the best information just using the words, only those words. But if you come up with a synonym, many, many synonyms for each of your search terms, and then you mix them until you get good results, you're going to have a better chance of finding what you need.
So that means I can search the very similar words.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to use similar words and do many different searches. That's exactly right. Use similar words in your searches, because sometimes the people who are making the database don't think the way you think. So they'll use a different word to put it in the database. Or the researcher maybe didn't use this exact same word you used, but they talked about what you want to talk about using a different word or a different term. So you want to find all that stuff too. You want to find the related things. So this gives you a lot more choices when you're searching for information. Okay? So does that help you?
Yes.
Okay, Mohammed, do you know what I'm talking about? Do you understand? So? Okay. So, do you know what your paper topic is? What you're going to write about? Which one did you pick? Number 8. What's that one about?
Business.
Okay, business. Okay. So, if we do this about business, let's do that. Okay? Let's bring this back down here. Okay? So let's fill in some words. Okay, first thing, you want to talk about your culture, right? It says your language. So what's your language? Okay, so we put Arabic here. Now, what's another thing that's going to help us find things about Arab culture and Arabic topics? What's another term that will help us find information about Arabic stuff?
History.
Arabia.
Don't go in there. Think just that word, Arabic.
Middle East.
Middle East. Yes. In the United States, this is your term you want to find. Okay? That's the best thing you can use, all right? Now, what's another way to talk about all of those countries together? What's the big...
Islam what?
Okay, well, you could definitely talk about Islam. Okay, that would work. Islam, Islamic. What's the big water that's right there? What do you call that?
Gulf.
The Gulf, okay? So, Gulf nations. Or Gulf cultures, maybe. Okay? So now you got 5 different ways you can start looking up stuff there. Now you want to talk about business. Okay? So what's some other words for business? Economy, okay. Economics, economy, good. Or economy, okay. Good, good, good. What else?
Export.
Okay, so yeah, stuff like export, import, those words are useful too. What else?
Profit.
Profit, that's a great word, okay. Profit. Sales. All right, now, you want to talk about language. Arabic is a language, so we want to talk about language. What else do we have for language then? Speech. What else? Language is a way to do what?
Explain something.
Explain. Yeah, you're a little too specific. What'd you say? Communication's more general. So sometimes you don't want to get too focused. If you get too focused, you'll only find 2 or 3 articles and they may not be useful. But if you keep it like kind of big, like communication's huge, that could help you though. Okay, so now if Arabic business language doesn't help you, maybe Middle East business communication does help. Okay? So now you've got a different way to do your search. This is what you want to come up with. A big list of terms and different ways to get. So if Arabic's not working, Middle East or Gulf nation, that could work. Islamic countries. I mean, you could say specifically Saudi Arabia or UAE or Qatar or something also. Dubai. You could get really, really specific, but then you're only going to get things about that. If you get a little more general, Middle East, then you might find things that are more useful. Okay? So I wanted to make sure that everybody saw this and uses this if they're having trouble. Who is having trouble finding sources? Okay. So everybody else is okay. Mentor, you got all your sources already? You ready?
No, not
No? Yes? Maybe?
I know what I have to do.
Okay, you know what you have to do, but you don't have the stuff yet. Okay. Rhonda, you're good?
Yes.
Okay. That word pedagogy, if you need to like fill in the blanks, use that word, okay? It's a good word. It's a powerful word in a search because it's the kind of word that people in master's degrees and with PhDs use to write about teaching, okay? So pedagogy is your friend, all right? That word I wrote, write that down. Okay, so the rest of the time, and I'm only going to be here another 35 minutes or so, please write, put together your list of words, get everything together, or your list of sources, put everything together, and ask questions if you need help, okay? But I have my books again. Remember, you can use sources from your books, you can use videos, you can use the TED website and find other videos that are related to linguistics, okay? So here's this stuff if you want to check some things out as well. Good luck. Go. Okay.